verbal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who did you second? Do you know? Do you know who
Second.
seconded?
Well,
Okay. Seeger,
yay.
Truxillo,
Yes.
Doherty,
Yep.
Horn,
Yay.
Crawford, Narcisse, Troncoso,
Yay.
Hernandez. Mr. Chairman, the minutes are accepted as written.
Thank you. Okay. Helen, do we have any cases to be postponed?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Case number 1 on the agenda, 2023-3513ZC, 2023-3513ZC. There's a request to postpone, and Mr. Jeff Shane is here to address the request.
Okay, let me read it into the record, and then, Mr. Shane, I will recognize you. And the mic should already be on, okay?
It is.
This is case 2023-3513-ZC, existing zoning is A3 Suburban District, proposed zoning is HC2 Highway Commercial District, location parcel located on the west side of Louisiana Highway 1077 south of Interstate 12, Covington, Ward 1, District 1. It's 12.7 acres. The petitioner is Jeffrey Shane. The owner is the succession of Jewel Chantilly Gennaro, Anthony Gennaro Jr., and Lisa Gennaro. This is from Council District 1, and this was postponed from the December 5th meeting. Mr. Shane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Happy New Year to the Zoning Commission. Jeff Shane of the Jones Fussell Law Firm, P.O. Box 1810 in Covington. I represent the Gennaro family, and I think you're certainly familiar with this request for HC2. As discussed at the meeting on December 5th, we envisioned the strong likelihood of a postponement this evening. And you may remember that we committed to advise both Councilman-elect Smith as well as staff if in fact we intended to seek a postponement. I did that both verbally and by email last Friday, and also have requested of staff and request of you this evening that you not only postpone till the February meeting, but that we have another community meeting. The reason for the community meeting is that we have taken comments that we have received from you, from Councilman Smith, but equally importantly from the residents, and we are significantly modifying our request as it relates to the zone that we seek and how much of the property we wish to be zoned highway commercial to. We will have that plan to present to the community, if you will, at the community meeting, and for those that on the commission that will be in attendance at that meeting. So I think our talks thus far are productive in the sense that we understand the concerns. We're trying to find some middle ground that might satisfy all. We would appreciate postponement this evening till February 5. We fully expect to go forward February 5. We also would appreciate the community meeting, which I think staff will advise there is an available date of Wednesday, January 24th for that community meeting, and we look forward to presenting our plans at that time to all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Shane. I have a number of cards here where people have wished to speak. And you've heard Mr. Shane say that he's asking for a postponement on this case. How many folks are here that would like to have this postponed until the January 24th date? That way everybody can get together, and Mr. Shane's got some stuff that he's already working on. You've got some items that you apparently are working on and would like to have this postponed. Is there any objection to postponing this tonight? We have one objection. Okay. Sir, I'm going to recognize you for a brief speak.
Yeah, I don't have a long speech.
Please state your name and address.
Bernard Stiegler. My residence is across the street from this property. With all due respect to everybody involved, this is the 4th zoning board meeting that we've been to for this. We also have already done a community meeting. Now they're asking for another community meeting and another zoning board meeting. You know, we would just like for it to be resolved. We're against it for obvious reasons. The property, the rezoning request directly affects my residence and my lifestyle. We would like to know one way or the other. It's a lot of mental stress for us. You know, should I remodel my kitchen or should I wait? If I remodel or put a garden in or whatever, I might be wasting my money because a commercial development across the street from me will destroy my home's property value. The property itself, the land, will be worth money, but the investment in my home is going to go, you know, down the drain. I'm going to lose half my money.
Okay. Thank you, sir, and I understand what you're saying. That will all be discussed at the community meeting, and,
We already did that.
well, we're gonna do it again.
Well, it's not going to work.
Pardon?
It won't work. Everybody, nearly everyone is opposed to it.
Okay.
The only
well,
thing
it's
Mr. Sheen can say at the community meeting
up to the
is we're not doing it.
To postpone it if they so desire. Okay?
I understand that,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
You people do not have to postpone it. It seems like everything Mr. Sheen says you go along with. You could vote right now and just tell him no. Is that correct?
We could, and we'll see how the commissioners decide to vote on the postponement. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Shane, you have a comment?
Yes, sir, I do, because I think that Mr. Stigler's gone a step too far. We envisioned this strong possibility last month. He complained last month because he had to come out for the meeting in December, and I think it was understandable that the people should not have to come out not having some idea where the case is going. But you were wise enough to require that if, in fact, we were going to postpone this evening, that we let the council-elect and staff know in advance, and we said there would be a strong possibility. All we're trying to do is to listen to people like Mr. Stigler and others to see if we can modify our request for something that might be palatable. And for that reason, I urge you to postpone this evening and set the community meeting.
Thanks, Mr. Shane. All right, I have the card from Mr. Stiegler and Lillian Stiegler, same address, so I'm assuming that's husband and wife, but that's just an assumption. I also have a Rachel Labruzzo and Dawn Barbarero that are against it, and they had a wish to speak. I'm not going to go through all those that speak. Do we have any other ones on this case? Okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna call for a vote. Yeah, that's right. I need a motion to postpone this case. Make a motion to postpone. Okay, we have a motion to postpone. Tom?
No, by Truxella.
Pardon?
We had a motion by Mr. Truxella.
Right.
To postpone.
Okay. Tom, do you?
Second.
Second? Okay. All right. Let's vote. Any discussion? Okay.
Seeger?
Yeah, since we have 8, it has to be unanimous either way, correct? No? 6? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Ready?
No, I'm just asking a question.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call for your vote. Pardon?
Go ahead, Mr. Warren wants to speak.
Commissioner Horn here. To the gentleman who spoke at the podium against it, we understand, I think I speak for this whole commission when I say we understand what angle you're coming from. If you remember last month, we pre-discussed possibly postponing this again to February. I believe we actually had to vote twice. Once to postpone for this month, and then we also addressed having to come back next month. Now, what I think may be unfair is if we don't postpone this, and as many people as was here last month to fight this, they're not here tonight to speak. So we'll be doing the people an injustice. You're here. We remember you. We see you. But there's a lot of other people that wanted to speak. And I think that they were under the assumption also that this was going to be postponed. So next month, we go forward if everything is in alignment and everybody gets a chance to be here, because I don't think that you can fight for everyone. And maybe a couple other people who are here, some of the people may be here just to make sure it doesn't get blown over and slide through, but everyone needs to be able to speak their side in your community. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. All right, we need to, have a motion and a second.
We do,
have that?
yes.
Okay. All right, so,
And that's to postpone to February,
February?
correct?
No, that's January. January meeting.
We're going to schedule the community meeting after the vote if it's postponed.
Okay, so what is this, 124 meeting?
That's the potential community meeting if the vote postponed.
Right.
is
Okay,
affirmed.
all right, I just wanted to be sure I had it right. All right. Truxillo? Yes. Yes?
Okay. Seeger?
Yes.
Truxillo?
Yes.
Doherty?
Yes?
Horn?
Yay.
Crawford? Narcisse?
Yes.
Troncoso?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion to postpone to February passes. Carries, I'm sorry.
The available night for the community meeting is January 24th, Wednesday, January 24th at 6 p.m.
Where did the February date come?
Because we're already in January, so if it's postponed a month, it would be to February. The January 24th is the community meeting before next month's meeting.
So the only date that we have available for the community meeting is January the 24th?
Remember, there's a community meeting on the 16th about another case. And then we will have, if you're in favor of it, we'll have a community meeting for this case on the 24th of January.
Okay.
So there's one on the 16th and one on the 24th.
All right. Okay.
Do you have to call if there's anybody,
Pardon?
commissioners that want to attend? Do you have to ask?
You need to appoint some commissioners to attend the community meeting.
Okay. I have to point
That's just the 5 that will attend.
it. Okay.
And Ross, if you can speak in your microphone.
Okay, we have to have, we have five, or we can have 5 commissioners attend the community meeting. I saw one hand go up, okay? 2 hands, trucks, damn, I'm having trouble with names tonight.
Troncoso.
Anyone else wish to attend the community meeting?
Which one?
This is the one on the 24th of January. Pardon?
We'll be out of town,
Okay.
so we have just 2.
Okay, so Mr. Troncoso, Mr. Hernandez, and Mr. Doherty. You will be there, Mr. Doherty?
Yeah, I'll make arrangements to be here.
Okay. Did we assign some commissioners for the 16th?
Of February,
Mr. Chairman,
January.
January.
What issue is on the 16th?
On the 16th, it is for the proposed development on Highway 22. It is for a ball field.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not sure if we had some commissioners that were appointed for the 16th.
Okay,
Mr. Truxillo? Mr. Doherty?
yeah.
Anyone else?
No, I can be there.
Mr. Narcisse?
At 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, yes, I'll send you an invitation. Mr. Hernandez? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you got how many?
For the 16th, we have Mr. Truxillo, Mr. Doherty, Mr. Narcisse, and Mr. Hernandez.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
okay.
So we're finished with these
Not-
two cases then.
You're not finished with me, but
Pardon?
I still have more requests to postpone.
Okay. All right, and the ball field is which case?
It's not on the agenda, sir. We handled that last
Okay,
month.
all right. So what's the next one that you have?
Okay, number 2, 2023-3586 ZC. Request to postpone for 1 month, and Mr. Jamie Lidsley is here to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, let me read it into the record. This is case 2023-3586-ZC. Existing zoning is A4 Single Family Residential District. Proposed zoning is A4 Single Family Residential District, MHO Manufactured Housing Overlay. Location, parcel located on the east side of Beach Avenue, south of Birch Avenue. It's .253 acres. The petitioner, Boss Up Rentals and Renovations LLC, Eliza Johnson. The owner is Dragonfly Enterprises Incorporated, Jamie Lindsay. It's Council District 14. This was postponed at the December 5th meeting. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I have a little bit of additional information and things that I need to research. I asked for 1 more month. I'd like to push this to February. I'll definitely do it then.
Okay, so you're asking for an additional month
Yes, sir.
beyond what you just, or what staff had?
The request is to postpone to the February meeting.
Okay, all right. Which is 1 month. All right, so do we have any cards on this item? No cards, okay. All right, so we'll need,
I'd like to make a motion to postpone till the February meeting.
okay, we have a motion to postpone to the February meeting.
And I'll second.
Second. You got that?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'll let you call the vote.
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yay.
Doherty,
Yeah.
Horn,
Yay.
Crawford, Narcisse, Troncoso,
Yes.
Hernandez. The motion to postpone to February carries.
Thank you.
Item number 3 on the agenda on page 2, zoning case ZC 01-03028, major amendment to the PUD, request to postpone for 1 month. Mr. Jeff Shane is here to address any questions you may have. Oh,
Which one she said? Number 3?
Item 3.
I have a question. Staff, is this the last postponement request?
Mr. Shane is coming to the podium to answer any questions.
Disregard.
No, this is number 3 on page 2, ZC 01-03028.
Mr. Shane.
Jeff Shane, Jones Fussell Law Firm, P.O. Box 1810 in Covington, representing Crossmead Development Company. We've requested tables in the past on this case because all of the data and documents have not been put together as of yet. But this afternoon, my client confirmed to staff that everything should be not only put together, but submitted by mid-month so that staff can write a report, and the case should be ready for hearing on February 6th. So we request postponement for just 1 month. And I don't believe there's anyone here in the audience that's in opposition to this case.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone opposed to postponing this case? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission.
I make a motion to postpone.
Motion by Chris,
I make a motion to postpone in 1 month.
motion.
I second.
With the second.
Troncoso.
Okay, all right. So we have a motion and a second. Okay. We have a motion and a second to postpone item 3. And I've read that, no, that has not been read into the record. I'm gonna read it into the record. Zoning case number ZC 0103028, major amendment to a PUD, planned unit development overlay, Ward 4, Districts 5 and 7, parcel located on the northwest intersection of Interstate 12 and Louisiana Highway 1088, Mandeville. The size is 161.115 acres. Petitioners Crosby Development LLC. Owners Crosby Development LLC. Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Incorporated, and the ASBE Fund. This was postponed at the December 5th meeting. Okay, so we've got a motion and a second. Please vote.
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yay.
Doherty,
Yes.
Horn, Gaines, I'm sorry, Crawford, Narcisse, Troncoso, Hernandez. The motion to postpone for 1 month carries.
Mr. Chairman, item number 4 on page 2, 2023-3621 ZC. Mr. Palmeron is here to answer any questions you may have. Number 4, 2023-3621 ZC.
Okay, so let me read this one into the record. Let's try this again.
What time?
Let me read this one into the record. It's item 4 on the agenda. The case is 2023-3621-ZC. Existing zoning is HC2 Highway Commercial District. Proposed zoning is HC3 Highway Commercial District. Location, parcel located on the southwest corner of DeSoto Street and Asbury Drive, Mandeville, Ward 4, District 5. It's 1.312 acres. The petitioner is Richard Flick. Owner is Richard Flick. This is Council District 5. Mr. Morone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Paul Maroon on behalf of Mr. Flick. After we filed this zoning request, we became aware of a text amendment that the staff is working on that, if approved, would moot our request to make the request unnecessary. So once we found out about that, we contacted Ms. Lambert and indicated that we'd like to table this matter so that they'll have an opportunity to bring that request to you for consideration and then on to the council. So with that in mind, we had asked that you postpone it until your March meeting to give that time to happen. We believe that the item will be on your February agenda. That way you'll have time to look at it, make a decision. We'll see if there's any need for us to even come back or whether we would just withdraw the case at that point. We appreciate your consideration.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Morone. Anyone in the audience opposed to this? All right, I'm gonna bring it back to the Commissioners,
I make a motion to postpone to March, you said? To March.
okay? And do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second, okay, but Troncoso. Please vote.
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yay.
Doherty,
Yay.
Horn, Crawford, Narcisse, Troncoso, Hernandez. The motion to postpone to March carries.
And on page 3, item number 1, under plan review, 2023-3616 PR. This is a request to postpone for 1 month.
Okay. All right, let me read this one into the record. This is, item 1 on page 3. It's 2023-3616 PR, mixed use retail, quarter is Highway 21 planned quarter. Zoning is NC5 retail and service district. Use size, buildings in phases, 3,265 square feet, 5,695 square feet, 4,400 square feet, and 12,495 square feet. Petitioner is David DeVincenti Sr. The owner is 21 at the Point LLC. Location, parcel located on the west side of Louisiana Highway 21 and the east side of Louisiana Highway 1077, Madisonville, Ward 1, District 1. This was postponed at the December 5th meeting. All right,
Mr. Chairman, as you may be aware, and commissioners, they have submitted a revised plan. However, we're still reviewing it, and it still needs to be tweaked to meet all the requirements. So staff is requesting to postpone, and we received a request also from the representative to who agrees with the request to postpone for 1 month.
okay. Do we need to get the lady that came to the mic to speak? Okay, all right. Anyone in the audience opposed to postponing this? I'll bring it back to the commission.
Move to postpone for 1 month.
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yay.
Doherty,
Yay?
Horn, Crawford, Narcisse, Troncoso, Hernandez. The motion to postpone for 1 month carries.
No other request, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. I'm sure I'm right. So the next case to be heard is item 5. Is that correct? Be nice if we had a little bit longer cord, but we'll get it all done. All right, this is, item 5. The case number is 2023-3622-ZC, existing zoning A4 single-family residential district, proposed zoning A4 single-family residential district, and MHO manufactured housing overlay. Parcel located on the northwest corner of Bogfly Avenue and East 2nd Street, Covington, Ward 3, District 2. It's 0.33 acres. The petitioner is Kenji Gordon, and the owner's Kenji Gordon. It's Council District 2. Staff?
This is a request to place a mobile home on a 14,400 square foot piece of property, as you can see in your packet. The surrounding neighborhood is a mixture of stick-built home and manufactured homes. However, the neighborhood is developed with a majority of manufactured houses, and there's one manufactured home across the street from this subject property.
Thank you. Yes, sir, and you are?
Kenji Gordon.
Say again?
Kenji Gordon.
Okay. You have anything to add to staff report?
Yes, I bought the property kind of in the blind for my mother to have somewhere to stay. And I went to remodel the house and it was just totally destroyed by termites. So, we done away with it. And I just figured it was cheaper to put a mobile home there since it's basically like 11 mobile homes around the four corner block of that property. So I was setting up for a rezoning meeting.
Okay. All right, anyone in the audience wish to speak in favor on this?
Yes.
Please state your name and address.
Benjamin Sheridan, 1623 Cold Harbor Lane, Houston, Texas. My grandmother and I was a former owner of that property years ago, and there was a mobile home hookup already there on the property. So a mobile home, a manufactured home was there years ago, and it already has hookup facilities for that on that particular property.
Okay, thank you. Please complete a speaker card, sir. And hand it back in whenever you get it completed. Anyone else wish to speak on this? Yes, ma'am.
I have no problem for him putting a mobile home.
Okay, but I need to get a card filled out.
Okay, baby.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, anyone else wish to speak in favor? Yes, ma'am. State your name and address. No, okay. All right, anyone else wish to speak in favor? Anyone wish to speak against? I'm going to close it to the public and bring it back to the commission.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Seeger.
Mr. Gordon. Do you plan on purchasing a new or a used manufactured home?
Well, I actually talked with a guy. It's a used home. A guy bought it. I think it's a 2005. He bought it, really put it in Louisiana, just so whenever he come to Louisiana to visit with his family, have somewhere to stay. I went and checked it out. It's all stable, good floor, good walls. Still look up to date. Look better than most of the mobile homes in my neighborhood now. So I'm
assuming that it meets all current HUD standards?
Yes, sir. It's a 1 zone 3, everything.
I move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Seeger to approve.
I second.
Second by Commissioner Tonkoso. No. Truxillo. Oh, Lord.
We look alike.
Yeah. All right, do we have any further discussion? Please vote.
Seeger.
Yay.
Truxillo.
Yay.
Doherty.
Yes.
Horn.
Yay.
Crawford.
Yay.
Narcisse. Troncoso.
Yes.
Hernandez. The motion to approve carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to item 6. Case is 2023-3624-ZC. Existing zoning is A4 Single Family Residential and PF Public Facilities District. Proposed zoning A4 Single Family Residential District and MHO Manufactured Housing Overlay. Location, parcel located on the north side of 2nd Street, east of North 5th Street, Carl River, Ward 8, District 14. It's .22 acres. Petitioner is Lynn Crawford. The owner is Lynn Crawford, and the council district is 14. Staff?
The request is to allow for the placement of a manufactured home on a piece of property. And the area is mostly, there's a lot of undeveloped land. However, there's some mobile homes in the surrounding area of this particular property.
Okay. All right. I have, are you Lynn Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank y'all for hearing me. I just want to say the area where the property is located is in just one little circle, and there are like 5 mobile homes that are in that circle that has probably been there all my life, and I'm knocking on 50 years old. And the property we have is like right in the middle of all those mobile homes that's already there. So we just asking that y'all would vote in favor for us to be able to put one there also.
Okay. Thank you. I have another card on a Mary Kuzan.
Yes, I'm just,
Come to the mic, please.
Yes, I'm Mary
You're not
Cousin.
going to get away with that.
Huh?
All right, go ahead.
I'm just here to ask the same question. She would like to get mobile homes put back here also. I live in the same facility.
Okay.
Okay, may I have your address, please?
38388 North 2nd Street, and they say it's in Pearl, Louisiana.
Pearl River, you said?
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
on
ma'am.
the end of Haas.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Anyone else wish to speak on that from the audience? I'm going to close it to the public and bring it back to the commission. Motion by Commissioner Crawford. Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner, Sankosa. No. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes.
Ms. Gordon. Is this your, going to be a permanent residence?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Please, clerk, please take the roll. Vote.
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Horn,
Yay.
Crawford,
Yay.
Narcisse, Troncoso,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, the motion to approve carries.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, I'm sorry that this new equipment or different equipment has got me all bumfuzzled tonight. All right, we go to item 7. Case is 2023-3629-ZC. Existing zoning is A3 Suburban District. Proposed zoning is HC2 Highway Commercial District. Location parcel located on the north of Jessicat Lane, Madisonville, Ward 1, District 1. It's 19.152 acres. Petitioner is Andrew Callahan. The owner is LaGrange Legacy LLC, Council District 14. Staff?
This property was originally rezoned to HC2 Highway Commercial under the 2029-2010 comprehensive rezoning and approved by the Parish Council. In June of 2022, the subject property was petitioned for a zoning change to A3 Suburban District with the intention of developing the site in particular, as well as the abutting site to A3 to develop the site with a single-family residential subdivision. The applicant has applied for a major subdivision, starting with a tentative phase, which was denied by the Planning Commission and brought to the council an appeal, which they concurred to with the recommendation from the Planning Commission, and advised to bring the property back to its original zoning to HC2 Highway Commercial District, which is the reason why it's in front of you today.
Thank you. All right, Andrew Callahan? Are you Andrew Callahan?
No, sir.
Pardon?
No, sir.
Are you representing Andrew Callahan?
I'm actually representing LaGrange Legacy. I'm Paul LaGrange.
Okay, I got a card on you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I could not have summed it any better than staff summarized it. I'm just really here to answer any questions. If there's, I know there may be a couple folks in the audience may have some questions of why we're doing this and how we're doing it. So I'm just really here to address it that way. I would ask you to vote in favor of it, but certainly I want to address any reservations you may have.
Okay. So we can go to, I have one other card, and I can go to that person, and I don't know if they're for or against, they didn't mark it, but we can find out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kathleen Perez. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Kathleen Perez. I live at 110 Jessica Lane in Madisonville. I'm not opposed to him changing it back to commercial. My question here today is, who's liable for maintaining the road on Jessica? I've been living there for 30 years. My husband and I have maintained the road. My husband just passed away in October. I can't do it anymore. There's no ditches on each side of Jessica. Mr. Paul LaGrange's property is north. His water on his property is coming to my property because it is coming that way. The water has no place to go because there's no ditches on each side. So when we get heavy rain, the water comes all the way up on my property. It's been doing that for a long time. I just need to know who's gonna maintain that.
Okay.
It is his property. The ditches are on his property. And
Okay.
I just don't
All
know.
right, let's go back to Mr. LaGrange and let him answer the question, and I know who I think it is, but I'm gonna let you answer.
And Ms. Perez and I have actually had this conversation previous to this meeting. We spoke yesterday, specifically relating to the ditches. The right-of-way, if you look on the aerial overview that she's referring to, those ditches are actually on my property. They're really almost non-existent. And when the water comes from the adjacent subdivision of Palm Court, it flows into my land and eventually flows into her land, heading south towards Vista. And there is a pond from Palm Lake subdivision right near Vista and Jessica. We just don't have a direct route for it to get there. There is a ditch that runs north-south on the west side of Palm Court subdivision that's supposed to be maintained by the subdivision. In reality, it hasn't been. The previous administration, Ms. Pat Brister actually gave a letter with the engineering department saying it was their responsibility to maintain it. It's actually not maintained, so it's overflowing my property, and eventually it's getting on Mrs. Perez's property. I committed to her that I would help resolve that as best I know how. I just don't know who to speak to make this happen. And I think that's why she's bringing it up tonight.
Okay. Well, let's see. Anyone else in the audience wish to speak either for or against on this? I'm going to close it to the public and bring it back to the commission. Now, what I'm going to be looking for is, and staff, you're going to have to help on this. I would think that it needs to go through engineering somehow, some way before we go forward with this, but I don't know that for a fact.
You have some documents, sir, in that?
Documents referencing what?
Oh, I'm not sure. You made reference to Mrs. Pat Brister.
That's actually a letter I got by Mrs. Perez. It was directed to Kathy and Tony Perez years ago when this problem was an issue. I can get a copy of that letter to you. She gave me a copy. I can give a copy to you. I don't have it with me tonight.
Maybe you can forward it to me.
Sure.
I'm Helen Lambert, and maybe we can start there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't mind, Mr. Doherty, is the zoning change contingent on the drainage?
Yes, in my mind it would be, Ellen?
No.
It would not be.
No, it's totally unrelated.
Okay, so we can go forward with the zoning change. But at some point in time, engineering, public works, somebody's got to get out there and look at this thing and get it straightened out.
Well, you will forward me the letter, and then we'll get started on, looking into the next step.
Okay, even though it hasn't been, I'm gonna say properly zoned as of right now.
Well, that, it doesn't affect the zoning, that's e-zone either way. The way it's explained is that there might be a drainage issue, but being zone commercial, being zone residential, the drainage issue will exist in itself.
Okay, all right. Let's see what the commissioners want to do, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir.
I'm looking at the map here, and now, I don't know if that's south or north of this piece of property, but there's HC2 there, so north, okay? So making this HC2 fits the area, fits where is applicable there. So in my opinion, I think this is a good zoning, so I'm going to make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question, Mr. LaGrange. Do you own the property to the north of the 19 acres?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay.
There's a small sliver of property between my property and the interstate I-12.
Right.
I do not own that part of it, no, sir. But Mr. Exhill is correct. There's, if you look at and I know it's difficult to look at the paperwork, but that whole section or swath of area that's adjacent, running parallel to the interstate, is currently zoned high commercial 2,
Right.
as this property was previously to September of 2022.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And you had appealed this to the council when the planning commission recommended in denial of residential zoning, is that correct?
I don't remember if the zoning was appealed or not, but under the zoning had passed. It was the development got stuck in the planning portion of it, not in the zoning portion of it.
That's correct. The zoning change was approved.
Oh, it was
However,
approved.
Yeah, but the tentative was denied by the planning commission, and then the council concurred with the denial of the tentative subdivision and
And the
requested.
council recommended at that time to go back to commercial.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. Mr. LaGrange, one more question. What is the access to the property now?
Jessica Lane, which actually is the same access that Ms. Perez uses to her property. She used right away of that street to get to her home.
Okay.
That is not the only entrance. There's another entrance from Palm Court subdivision. There's a dedicated right of way near the sewer treatment plant. This property originally not owned by me at the time, but owned by Mr. Marino. This property was intended to be phase 2 of Palm Court subdivision. Since Mr. Marino's gotten sick and he's passed away, so
Okay.
that's why it never happened.
So I guess my next question is, do you have any intended use for this at this time?
Timber?
For the HC2, so just timber?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, I guess hopefully there'll be a service road or some access from the back, and it could be accessed and used as commercial at some point in the future. Is that?
I do know that there's a service road that has already been designed, engineered, land donated, wetlands determination completed along I-12. It enters into off of Highway 1077 at the industrial park, and it goes all the way to Parallel.
Okay.
So I think it's really just a matter of funding before that occurs.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a second, Mr. Chair?
No.
Second. I'll second the motion.
Can I say
Motion
something?
and a second to approve. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay.
You had a question?
Get a vote.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say that a couple of meetings ago, when I came, I did have pictures at the time, and I gave them to Mr. Marone, and now he said he gave them to the company that was going to build on your property. So that's why I didn't have pictures tonight to show you guys, because they were on my husband's camera, and I don't know where that's at. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Will clerk, please call the roll.
Seeger.
Yay.
Truxillo.
Yay.
Doherty.
Yay.
Horn.
Yay.
Crawford. Narcisse. Troncoso. Hernandez. The motion to approve carries.
Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman? I would like to request to bring up item number 9, 2023-3639, ZC. And after, case item number 8 and the plan review will be heard together. So if it would be possible to hear the request for the manufactured home overlay, 2023-3639.
Let me be sure I understood you right, Al. So we just need to do what? Move up a case?
Yes, 2023-3639 ZC.
Okay, move it up. Right?
Correct, please.
Okay, and that'll be heard with?
No, and after we will be able to hear case number 8, 3633, and the plan review together.
Okay, I got you now. All right. I'm gonna move up, case 9, which is 2023-3639-ZC, which is the, request, from staff. Existing zoning is A1A suburban, district, RO rural overlay. Proposed zoning is A1A suburban district, RO rural overlay, and MHO manufactured housing overlay. Location, parcel located on the west side of Louisiana Highway 40, south of Sturmer Road, Bush, Ward 2, District 6. It's 3.36 acres. Petitioner is Brandon Taylor. Owner is Brandon Taylor, and this is in Council District 6. Staff?
The applicant is requesting to rezone the 3.36 acre parcel from A1A to manufactured housing overlay to allow for the placement of a manufactured home on the property.
Okay. Is Brandon Taylor here? Good evening. We're almost done. You have any comments?
No, sir, not really. Appreciate y'all's time, but that's about it.
Pardon?
Appreciate y'all's time, but that's about it.
Well, we're gonna try and get through all this, and again, I apologize. It's
all right.
It's difficult when you're going from one system to another system, and so, okay. Anyone in the audience wish to speak either for or against on this item? Now, this is moving it up, right? All right. I need a motion and a second to move this item up.
No, we don't need to move it up. It's already been moved up. We've already called the case. We just need.
Okay. All right. All right.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Crawford to approve. Do I have a second? Second. Second by?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Just,
Who seconded?
it was,
Okay.
we haven't, this is setting a precedent on Highway 40. We don't have any mobile home overlays on Highway 40 in this area. It's all off of the street. Is that correct?
That's correct, according to the zoning map, yes.
That-
This is a 3-acre parcel of land, and it's currently zoned A1A, so it will only allow for the placement of one manufactured home on a property.
What's your plan with that, sir? Is it permanent residence? Is this your?
Oh, yeah, but I don't know how they went about it, but there's plenty of mobile homes around this piece of property. There's
Right, off
at
the
least 12,
the highway.
like along the highway.
Along the highway?
Right there by Sturmer Road, there's 2. If you go up the road, there's a 3rd one, and if you go down the road, not even a quarter mile, there's 4 more.
There's some other fairly large homes as well, stick homes along Highway 40 in the area also, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Taylor, I have some questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Tom, go ahead.
Will this be a new manufactured home?
Yes, sir, brand new.
And you're aware of the parish's guidelines for manufactured home, removing the wheels, removing the tongue,
Yes, sir.
putting skirtings and things like that?
I'm not gonna do vinyl skirting. I'm getting brickwork done. I don't know if that matters, so just letting y'all know.
And this does fit the area. There are numerous trailers on Highway 40. I'm very familiar with this area. So there is a motion and a second. I'll call for a vote.
Okay.
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yay.
Doherty, Horn, Crawford, Narcisse. Mr. Crawford, that was a yay? Thank you. Troncoso? Hernandez? The motion to approve carries.
I got a question. How long does it take? Oh, all right. Appreciate it.
Why you tell them 6 months?
You beat me to it. All right. So we need to go back to case 8? All right. This is item 8, cases 2023-3633-ZC, existing zoning HC2 Highway Commercial District, proposed zoning HC2 Highway Commercial District, and EO Entertainment Overlay. Parcel located on the northwest side of Louisiana Highway 21, Covington, Ward 1, District 1, is 1.285 acres. The petitioner is Scott St. Romain. The owners, Scott St. Romain and Cynthia Boswell St. Romain. This is Council District 1. Staff?
So this property is the subject of 2 concurrent applications which have been submitted to the planning department. The first application is for an entertainment overlay. This is an undeveloped piece of property and the applicant intends to utilize it for a full-service restaurant in which they're going to need a liquor license for high alcohol content. Because they abut single-family residential to the northern side, per ordinance, they would not be able to apply for that liquor license, which is the reason they're requesting the entertainment overlay right now. The only other option would be for them to provide a 100-foot buffer in the rear, and they need to utilize that to meet PCO ordinance. The second application, which has been submitted to you all, is for a plan corridor review on Highway 21. We're still working through some of the markup summaries that were sent. They're trying to obtain a approvable engineered drainage plan right now. So we're working through that, but they do have a request for a waiver on the plan corridor review, which is to eliminate the 50-foot required no-cut buffer along 21 to 34 feet. And the applicant's here to address that with you all right now.
Okay. Good evening, and you are?
I'm Sarah Bates with Greenleaf Architects. I'm representing the landowner and the future landowner.
Okay.
So basically what Aaron said, we're looking for an entertainment overlay to meet all the requirements that St. Tammany Parish puts together. We are requesting a 30-foot buffer opposed to the 100-foot buffer. That way we can get enough parking on site. That would reduce our parking significantly if we were to have a 100-foot buffer. And to bring to your attention, the planned corridor district has a 50-foot no-cut buffer, street planning buffer. We are looking to reduce that in order to foster the connecting drives between Firestone and our property. Just in case they have any overflow of parking, the patrons will have a safe connecting drive to be able to park over there.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else in the audience wish to speak either for or against on this? All right, I'm going to close it to the public and bring it back to the commission. Anybody?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, Tom? Go ahead.
What type of food, do we have is this gonna be a chain restaurant or a one-off restaurant?
This is a La Coretta, a family-owned restaurant.
And at this point, I'd like to move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Seeger to approve.
I second.
Second by,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
could you clarify which case?
Pardon?
I'm sorry, case number 8, 2023, 3633, ZC.
Okay, we've got a motion
In a second.
and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll for a vote?
Seeger,
Yay.
Truxillo,
Yay.
Dording,
Yay.
Horn,
Yay.
Crawford,
Yes.
Narcisse, Troncoso,
Yes.
Hernandez. The motion to approve carries.
Thank you. Okay, one down. And we'll
Mr.
go-
Chair, at this time, I would like, in consideration of case 2023-3631 PR, I'd like to move to approve with the waiver.
Okay,
Staff is still working with the applicant on an approvable set of documents. Per ordinance, they need an approved drainage plan before you're able to approve this. So this will come back to you, if y'all recommend it, or we recommend postpone, if y'all move to postpone, this will come back to you next month with an approvable set.
In which case, I move to postpone number 2023-3631 for 1 month. Would that give us enough time to complete the necessary?
Yes, sir.
okay. We have a motion to postpone for 1 month, 2023-3631-PR. Do I have a second? Second by Narcisse. Okay. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I have a question, and it's regarding the plan.
Get to you, Mike.
It's regarding the plan itself. This backs up to a residential subdivision, and there's only a 30-foot buffer area from the majority of the parking for the restaurant. And I understand that there's, this amount of parking meets the requirement for parish requirement relative to parking.
Correct.
Stalls. And I just have a general comment that there's a lot of parking back there right up, and I guess it's better than having the building itself there, but if there was any way at all that we could increase that buffer area, and then also, and if there isn't, what other opportunities there would be to enhance that buffer with additional vegetation to at least, give a little bit better gap in that area. I mean, because you're right up against a house. So anyway, just my thoughts. on that, if there's anything that can be done regarding that. I realize this meets the requirements, but no one here, I'm assuming, is against it that's in the audience, so.
I do have a
I just would
response,
hope
if
that
so.
we could do something with that. Anyway, I'm a customer, so.
Okay. We will be putting an opaque fence in the backyard, I mean, in the rear of the property to have a sound barrier, an additional sound barrier, and then per Plan Corridor District, there is a lot of vegetation that is required.
You know,
So,
Cinco de Mayo would be a real issue there, I mean, for the folks that,
I agree.
yeah, that's the only
Yes.
thing I see, but,
It,
you know.
we have those measures in place, and we'll make sure
Right.
that there is a sound barrier.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, we got a motion and a second?
Yes.
Okay. Please vote.
Seeger. Truxillo. Doherty. Horn. Crawford.
Yes.
Narcisse. Troncoso.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
The motion to postpone for 1 month carries.
Okay, thank you. All right, I don't see any new business on the agenda or old business. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Thank y'all.